I removed this from my refrigerator. No, not the apple, the compressor. This guy is really heavy. I'm going to cut it open and have a look at what is inside. I think it should be fun. But why did it come to this? In this video, I'll talk about what went wrong with my refrigerator, how we repaired it, how we fixed it. Is it even worth trying to repair it, or should you simply throw it and get a new one? Keep watching, you will get answers for all of those things in this video. I'm Josh and welcome to my channel, Video Epo. Let's get to the fun part where we cut this refrigerator compressor into two halves and have a look at what is inside. And the weapon of choice today is the trusted angle grinder. It's going to get really loud, so let's get some hearing protection. Let's do it. The first thing you might notice is some sort of a liquid flowing out of the compressor, and you might be wondering how it got inside in the first place. I'll get to that. It took me about 15 minutes to cut it open, and the sight inside is worse than I thought. I already sense that this is an exercise in futile, but let's keep going. I got this on my workbench and I cleaned it a little bit. I was hoping that the pump and the piston would be in a good condition and the coils would have been fried, but I see that the opposite has happened here. There were not many parts to remove, and some of the parts were totally jammed inside because of the water accumulation and a lot of rusting. This unit is both a pump and a motor encased in a metal dome. There is nothing much here to salvage other than the copper wires, which I could use for copper casting, and the iron parts which are going to the metal scrap yard. This is as far as I could go with this salvage or dissection or whatever you want to call it. I wasn't really able to get to that small bolt over there, so I tried hitting this piston from the bottom, tried heating this up with butane torch, didn't work, and it's kind of jammed. So this thing is going to the scrap yard. While I was splitting this refrigerator compressor apart, I had this one question that was popping into my head. Why is this compressor sold as a single unit? Why is it sealed? Why can't it be opened and repaired whenever it is required? I was thinking that this could be some sort of a scam, or maybe this is the way that companies sell you their product or extract money from you, whatever. But then it seems that there is a little bit of a science behind why this unit comes as a sealed unit. That's because these compressors are called hermetical compressors. And I know this because I did a little bit of a study. Now I can say that I know a little bit more than what I used to. And the reason why it is sealed is because it improves the longevity, it improves the performance of the system itself. And that's because it's a closed system, and it has got a gas which is going to be in two different phases. In one phase it's going to be a gas, and the other phase it is going to be a liquid. I think it's called tetrafluoroethane. So there should be no contact with the outer atmosphere, and it should be sealed perfectly. And if at all there is going to be any problem, it might not be a minor problem, because it's designed in a way that minor problems usually don't occur. And if that happens, I mean, the company is going to give you the warranty or guarantee, whatever it is. But if there is going to be a bigger problem, there is no point in opening it up and fixing it. You simply throw that into the recycling bins and get a new compressor for your machine. The question is, can you fix this kind of refrigerator compressors? Of course you can fix it. I mean, if you can fix Bumblebee and Optimus Prime, I think you can fix it. Okay, fine, that was a comic book reference, but then you've seen a lot of restoration videos, so you know that it can be fixed. But the question is not about science, the question is more about economics. I mean, will you be spending more money in trying to fix something, or will you be spending less money in trying to buy something? Did I make any sense? I guess I did. Okay, fine. The point is, if it is cheaper for you to buy something rather than fixing it, simply go for it. So that is the case in this kind of scenario. So what happened to my refrigerator, that I had to rip this compressor from the machine and place it on my table and do all this dissection. In order to understand that, you'll have to understand how the refrigerator works. I'm not going to bore you with all that information. I will put in some links in the description below. You can watch them. But one of the things that most videos don't tell you is that whenever you place something in the refrigerator, and the refrigerator is going to make it cold by absorbing the heat from that substance, whatever you're placing inside the refrigerator. In that process, there is a little bit of a condensation that happens, and all of that little water drips through a small tube, and there is a small cup underneath the refrigerator somewhere in the bottom, in which kind of accumulates all of the water. The coil that is going to to run all the hot gas, the condensation coil, partially the coil is dipped into this water. A little bit of heat loss happens when the coil is dipped inside the water. At the same time, the water gets a little warmer and it evaporates, so the cup never gets filled, it doesn't overflow. But I think the problem happened here. The cup had a lot of water inside, and to avoid mosquito breeding, we had to put in salt. I think could be the reason. So the salt, it becomes into an aqueous solution, which we are not aware of because this was something that was suggested by the government. And eventually there was some kind of a leak in that little coil over there, which we never noticed, we never knew. And after some time, what happens is all of the gas is pushed outside, and the water is kind of sucked inside the tube. This water is now inside the tube where the gas slash liquid was supposed to be. Now the entire system is filled with aqueous salt water, and this water reaches the compressor, kind of damages everything. So when I called in the technician, and this happened during the period of lockdown, so I was not able to get a new refrigerator or do anything about it. So I had to source out technicians from my local market, and what they said is there is water in the entire system. This has to be flushed out, and there was no way that water from the condenser coil could be flushed out. They did that with the other evaporator coil, and the compressor obviously was not going to work because it was filled with aqueous or salt water inside. So we had to take all those parts. Now with my refrigerator, the condenser coil is placed in the body of the refrigerator, so it's kind of concealed inside. So there was no way to access it, there was no way to remove it. If you take away all these coils, the refrigerator is nothing but a huge thermocol box encapsulated in some sort of a very thin sheet metal. So the thing was, we had to bypass the condenser coil, place a new condenser coil outside the refrigerator, added some screws and fixed that, and rerouted whatever the gas was going to go in through the evaporator coils to the condenser coil to the compressor, and kind of fixed it. So how much did I spend for this entire process? I spent around 9,000 rupees for this compressor, as well as for the coil, for the labor and all that, whereas the fridge costed me around 15,000 rupees 10 years ago. I made this video not as a DIY, or I was having fun trying to rip this compressor apart and trying to salvage some parts out of it. But the main purpose of this video was to inform you guys about the small little thing that can be avoided, so that you can save your machine and end up spending a lot of money in terms of repair or in terms of replacing. So a little care is all that you need. Simply examine your refrigerator once in a while, see if there are some problems, some infestation or leakage or anything of that, something that is visually, you don't have to be an expert to do all that. You can simply look at it, you can sense if something is wrong. And if you find something like that is wrong, you can call up the technician, or maybe you would want to call up the technician once in 6 months or something like that for a general servicing, so that you can get an update on what is actually happening, so that you don't really end up spending a lot of money on repair or replacing your machine. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. It might literally save someone's refrigerator. Please subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you in my next video. Until then, bye-bye.